Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today's kind of a different video for me, in a couple of respects. I'm filming overhead for the first time, and I am going to color an image on camera, which I don't normally do. I just don't do it because this is kind of like my time that I kind of put music on and I bebop along, and it's the therapeutic time. So that's why I don't do it. But somebody had asked if I had coloring videos, and so here we are. So I colored this image. This is the image we're going to be coloring today, and I think he's Theodore Easter, I think is his name. He's from Bugaboo Stamps. And here's the image we're going to color. So I just wanted you to kind of see what we're coloring. So I usually color two at once, and I started on his ears. We have a lot of markers here. I'm going to kind of not go out. So I have my markers chosen, and essentially what I do is once I pick my color, I pick two colors from that family. So you'll see as we're coloring. And for the, I'm looking to see if I pulled it out. For the ears, although they're white, and I've already gone ahead and done it, you want them to be white, I've colored them with the IGI, which is Cool Grays one. Just so it gives it a little, so it's not like stark white. You don't even really notice it, but I know it's there. You can tell a little bit, but not much. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've already done this on accident, because I usually color them both at once. So I started coloring, and I just started coloring. Okay, so for the pink on the ears and the toes and the ladybug, and I apologize, this is going to be slow. I don't know how to make it go faster, so it's going to be a long video, so I apologize. If this isn't your cup of tea, no problem. So somebody had mentioned something about it, and I was like, well, I guess I can do that, especially the overhead now. So I'm starting with the CR2, which is Coral, is the color family from Spectrum Noir. And I went with Spectrum Noir essentially because their markers were cheaper. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a cost thing. I could get them all cheaper than I could the Copics. I did, when I came to coloring, I did get the Copic books though to get tips. I've kind of just pushed my way along with the coloring. I know they have classes and all that other stuff, but I've never done like any of those. And I'm going to change my coloring a little bit, I think. I didn't really like the yellow there, so I think we're going to go with the pink. I probably should do a different pink because there's so much of this pink right in this area. So now what I'm going to do is take the CR3, which is again in the Coral family. Now it's funny because the CR2 is from the Lights family and this is from the Pastels family, but I like the way that they blend. So I'm just going to come in and go from the top. And I don't do well with shadows. I don't do well, like people can see it on their project. Like if a light was hitting it, the light source was here, or blah, blah, blah. I don't do well with that. So I kind of fake it till I make it, essentially. I just kind of color how I like it to look, and that's how it works. I just started coloring, essentially, and just went with it, and I'd do something on one project and I'd be like, oh, I like the way that looks. So I would continue it to my next project. So essentially that's how I've learned, is just by trial and error and a lot of coloring. I like to color, and these are the Jade Greens, number 3 and number 5, if you want to color along at home. So I've just kind of practiced, and I've colored, and I've made mistakes, and I've messed projects up completely, and I've had to start over and throw them away, which kills me because usually they're so stinking cute and I hate to throw them away. So, you know, it's just one of those things that you have to find what works for you. And that's essentially what I've done. I like the way my coloring looks. I wish my coloring looked like Amy from Prairie Paper and Ink. Her coloring is gorgeous. I love her coloring. I am so jealous. She colors beautifully, but she's been doing it a lot longer. And it's something that you can watch these videos and you can make sure you put your caps on, right? And you know, you can take stuff from them. And just because you can't color that beautiful today, maybe it doesn't mean you can't tomorrow. So the next for what we're going to do for the bear nose and for the ladybug, I'm trying to get them so you can see it. The ladybug and the bear nose are going to be the ice grays as well, but we're going to use IGA 8. IGA, that's a grocery store here. IG8 and IG10. So we're just going to go ahead and color in the little dots here on our little ladybug. And hopefully my head is not getting in the way. My big head. Okay. Oh, it's good to get a jump on these Easter cards, I tell you. I wanted to do so many more for Valentine's, and it kind of got away from me, I'm not going to lie. But I was impressed with the amount that I got done. I was pretty happy with that. Okay. And I will tell you, be careful. You know, some of these I get coloring and I'm not paying attention. I'm just like in my little coloring zone and happy as a clam, and I get a little overzealous with my marker and then it leaks or it discolors something or it spreads out. I've tried using the Spectrum Noir marker paper in my printer, and my printer does not like it. So I use the Georgia Pacific from Walmart for all of my images because my printer tolerates that. And I don't have any special settings. I tried changing stuff because that's what people said you were supposed to do. And it messed up my images. My images actually bled. I don't have a problem with bleeding as far as the ink. Like my image, my actual, you know, like the ink from the printer bleeding. I don't have a problem with that. I did once I changed my settings, which is ironic. I use an HP printer, HP PhotoSmart. It's like 5520 or something like that. So I'm just going in and just kind of putting shadows where I think they look good. Because quite honestly, I don't know how to do the shadowing. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh God, I gotta get my new mat out. So we'll go ahead. You don't need to see the other one. So put you in a little bit more. My red, I'm always very careful with. My reds, I'm going to use dark red 3 and dark red 5. So I'll go in with my my lightest first. And get this all colored in. And I decided to color the little nose red. I don't know if that's what everybody does, but that's what I'm doing. Okay. And nah, I kind of don't like the yellow that I used in the other, now you can't see him, the yellow tulip. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So I'm just going to go in and, you know, put shadows where I think they go. Or a little extra shading where I think they go, whether it's right or not. But it's my card, so I can do what I want. It's my image. I can do what I want. So I do have to try. Okay, so now for this, I'm switching to the light greens, and I'm using light green. Oh, good. Look. I grabbed 4. I'm using light green 3 and light green 4. And I will tell you, so we'll go back and start with I start with the lightest. I've actually have been thinking about starting with the darkest and seeing how that goes. So I haven't tried that before. But I figured, what the heck, why not? Let's give it a whirl. So we'll just shade that a little bit with our darker one. So we're gonna try that and see how that goes. Okay, so there are our greens. Our reds are over here. So we're getting, our colors are kind of dwindling, which is a good thing, because it means we're getting stuff colored in. And then we'll come over here. This one I did not do this color this way, but I think I'll like it a little better. And our tulips, I think they're tulips. Usually Easter is tulips, so I think. Not good with flower identification. I just like to color in pretty colors. So there's our flowers. Oh, I'm coloring off the thing. There. Okay. And then just come in the bottom, give it a little shadow. It's things I've kind of seen in other videos, and this is how these people are doing it. So I kind of go with it and kind of make up my shadows. I mean, obviously the foot's leaning against the egg, so there's going to be a shadow against that. So like simple, really, really simple ones I can kind of figure out and I'm good with. But, you know, if it's a little bit more complicated as far as the shadowing, I have issues with it. Not going to lie to you. So let's go with, I'm going to go with the light yellow. Let's go light yellow 1 and light yellow 3. In here. And I don't know why, I always think the yellows look so dirty when you color them in. But we're going to go with it. Now, what you can do, and what I sometimes do, and I probably will on the bear. So what I've done on this one is I've just kind of left the shading so that I didn't pull the shading up on it. It just kind of goes dark into light. It just kind of blended on its own. And with the ears and stuff, you can see I didn't go over that. So what I could have done is I colored with the CR2 and then I highlighted with the CR3. So I could have gone back in with the CR2 and pulled the CR3. I didn't do that. But you could. That's always an option. Okay, so we've got that done. Markers all over my desk. It's very like, ugh. A little OCD. I'm panicking, guys. I'm panicking. There are markers everywhere. Okay, so our bear, we are going to go with, I think it's Earth Brown. Yes, Earth Brown 3 and Earth Brown 5. So the way I like to do it is just start, you know, with little pieces. I don't do the whole thing at once. Just kind of color in this little ear. And, you know, staying inside the lines is always good. And I like where I've done the pink. It just kind of, envelops it, I guess is the word that I would use. So I like that. So here what I'm going to do is just come in with my darker. So I've done my EB3, coming in with my EB5. And then this one I am going to go. I like my bears dark. So I'm going to come in and just curl it around with the EB3 after I use the EB5. Okay, hopefully this is all making sense. Now you could even do brown ears because bunnies have had brown ears. So if that's something you'd be interested in, you can change it up. And that's the fun part about the coloring is essentially you make it. You know, you pick your colors. It could be a light brown bunny, golden bunny, dark brown bunny, dark gray bunny. You just don't know. All right, so these I kind of do together. Now, when I color bigger spots, I try to color in circular motions so that there's no harsh marks. So I'm not like going like this, essentially. So, you know, you kind of want to color so it all kind of blends as you're coloring so you don't get those lines. Okay, so I assume, like I said, I'm not good with the shading, but I assume there'd be shading in these areas because they're next to something. And then this is right under his face. And then again, this right here. And then I'll follow the line there. And so this, we're going to come in and I'm just going to pull like right on the corners there and just color in a circular motion, kind of blending them all together. And what it does is it gives me a darker image, which I like for my bears, but it also still leaves the light. There are some little, you can tell where I've colored and where I haven't, where I've done 2 colors and where I haven't, or where I've done the darker shading. You can kind of see it, especially more in person. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. Now this is the part where I have to be careful because I get overzealous and wild, and then I get color in these little pads that I shouldn't. So we're going to be super duper careful. Like I said, it's not an exciting video. Granted, I don't know if my videos are that exciting anyways. But I saw a comment, and so this is kind of how I color them. And I'll try to throw in a coloring video once in a while. I don't think I'm going to do them all the time because they're long. And because I essentially, oh, see, there I went. Not paying attention. Essentially I do the same thing every time. I'm very true to my colors. Oh, I didn't tell you the purples were HB2 and HB3, which are hydrangea blue. They're just a pretty purple. Okay, so here, like I said, I'm just going to come in and put shading where I think shading would be. And since it's my image, it's up to me. And the thing I like about this is you really don't have to go in and pull the color. I just like the look of it. So that's why I do it. I like my bears. I like nice dark bears. So see, it's not a bad shading right there that you could leave. And that would be fine. So, but I like the darker. And like I said, I can still see the difference. I can tell where I went in with the darker marker. Darker marker. So I like it. It's something I like the look of. And the good news is, okay. The good news is, since it's my card, I can do it. Okay. Oh, Ryan sent me a photo. Woohoo! Okay. So this is another area. Don't get out of control like me. I get overzealous. I'm like, oh my god, it's so huge, I get color. And then, yeah, I kind of lose it. And I go places I'm not supposed to go. So, see, like there, I almost did. I get overzealous. Which is not good. So, just kind of, you know, rein it in here. Okay. And again, coloring in the big circles so you don't have any of the harsh, you don't want any harsh marks on your coloring left over. And the thing is, if you don't like the way it looks, get up and walk away. You know, don't oversaturate, don't go back in with too much color and try to change it. Because I will tell you, from my experience, it could be different for other people, but if I don't like the way an image looks, I'll get up and leave and I'll go do something else, or if I have to leave or whatever. Anyways, I walk away from the image. And sometimes when I come back, the colors have dried and I like the way it looks better. So just sometimes it just needs time. Just can't be too impatient, which I will tell you is something I am not good at. I have no patience. And I advertise I have no patience. Everybody knows I got no patience. I'm working on it. I'm trying hard. So see, you could leave the little bear like that. Oh no, my camera fell. Sorry, didn't notice. Okay. So you could leave the little bear like this, his cute little face, and I actually think I will because I like the way it looks. And I'm sorry about my camera falling. Okay, so we have this all colored in. Now, what you can do, and go back out. Go up here. All right, I'm having issues with my new system here. So here are 2 colored images. So they're pretty similar. I do want to get my Craftwell eBosser, what do you call it? air compressor thingy, spray brush thingy out and try that. I might go in with TB1 and TB2, which are the True Blues, and I can show you. They're very light. These, I might go in with these and just color around so there's like a background. But sometimes I just like it like this. I don't want the background. And in that case, I might go in with like an Ice Gray 2 and just put a floor like on here. On this card, I put grass that he was standing in. So just to give it something so that they're standing on something. It's not just like he's laying on something. So actually, we can go ahead and do that while we're here, as long as our camera cooperates. IG1, I think that's IG4. We want IG2. IG2, okay. So IG2, and I recommend if you're coloring and you don't know what colors you want, keep a little scrap. So there's my Ice Gray. And actually there are flowers there, so duh, not gonna be on gray, he's gonna be on grass. So I'm gonna take my Jade Green, check this, Jade Green 1, and I don't know if I like that. I don't know. Well, it's a little lighter than our leaves, so we'll go ahead. I'll do it on this one. So I'm just going to kind of follow along here where stuff is and shade that in. It just gives him so he's on something as opposed to, you know, just randomly being there. He's not hanging anymore, you know. And the thing is, I come in and before I color, I prefer to do my die cutting. So, you know, I don't have a die cut image and it goes through the machine and then, oh shoot, you know, it snagged or it turned or I tape them down, but still I don't want to run into that issue. So and this is good. You guys can just see the different effect that you get with adding the grass and not having the grass. So I think I do like the grass better. So I'll probably add that to this one. But I go through and I pick out my die cuts and I die cut them all out. So I'm left with like these. So if I want to die cut, if I want to color something, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to color this. Or I want to color this, or, you know, whatever I want to do, but it's done. I can just come in and color and it's done. And then that way I can just put it onto a card after. So I kind of keep a pile of these going. And I have like, I made an oops on this one. So, you know, I keep a pile of, just a pile of cutouts to color. And that way I can come in and just color and just get to it and enjoy my coloring time. So thank you so much if you stayed through the whole video. Oh my gosh, bless you, thank you. But like I said, I'm not gonna color every video because it will make it extremely long. But I will try to add in some more coloring videos. If you guys are interested, just let me know. I do read your comments. I might not get back to them immediately. Like I said, if I'm not on my laptop, it's harder to comment from my iPad, so I wait till I'm on my laptop. But I do see your comments, so I will respond to them. But there. So if you have any questions, requests, anything like that, just let me know. I may not get to it immediately. It's been a very busy week, so I haven't had videos and stuff up. So anyways, I keep talking and talking and talking, and what I should be saying is check out my blog at www.crazycatladycraft.blogspot.com. As always, happy crafting.